Have you ever felt that stubborn, uncomfortable struggle with constipation creeping into your daily life, making simple moments feel harder than they should? I know exactly how that feels because, not too long ago, I was right there with you. Dealing with that frustration silently, unsure if there was a gentle way out. It's one of those things many older women quietly endure, thinking it's just part of getting older or something to accept without complaint. I've heard the sighs of relief when talking about it, the little jokes shared among friends, but also the deep weariness that comes from not feeling quite yourself. The good news? There's a simple, natural method that takes just 5 minutes each morning. No pills, no special equipment. Something you can easily fit into your day without any stress or hassle. It's a routine backed by trusted medical research, designed especially for women over 68 who want to regain control and comfort in their digestive health. Imagine waking up each day knowing your body is ready to move naturally and comfortably, without fear or strain. I'm excited to share this with you because you deserve to feel this kind of ease again. What if a small change could transform your mornings and your whole day? After all, you deserve to live well and comfortably every day. What's one thing about your digestive health you wish someone had told you sooner? Feel free to share, because your journey matters. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. Now, let's begin. 1. Wake up water activation sequence. Let me ask you a gentle question. What's the very first thing you do when you open your eyes in the morning? Maybe you check the clock, take a slow stretch, or simply lie there, savoring those quiet moments before the world wakes up. For years, that was my routine too. Except, for a long time, I didn't realize that those precious early minutes held the key to ending the frustrating cycle of constipation that haunted me for so many mornings. If you're anything like me, you know the drill all too well. The day begins with a feeling of heaviness in your belly, a hint of dread about what's ahead. Maybe you feel bloated or uncomfortable before your feet even hit the floor. Maybe you've tried countless remedies, fiber powders, prune juice, store-bought pills, only to find yourself back where you started, hoping for something gentle that truly works. You're not alone in this. So many older women, strong in so many ways, quietly endure the burden of sluggish digestion and wish, deep down, for the freedom of feeling light and regular again. The truth is, our bodies change with time. The things that worked when we were 30 or 40 just don't have the same effect anymore. As we age, our digestive system becomes slower and more sensitive. The muscles in our gut lose some of their strength, and the signals that are used to prompt a morning trip to the bathroom can get muffled, leaving us feeling stuck and uncomfortable. The old, just drink more water advice might sound familiar, but let's be honest, after a certain age, it takes more than that. It takes timing, intention, and a bit of gentle science. That's where the wake up water activation sequence comes in. This isn't just about drinking water. It's about honoring your body's natural rhythms, giving yourself the best possible start each day, and taking back control of something as simple and vital as your comfort. Imagine this. It's early morning, the world is soft and quiet, and sunlight is just beginning to filter through your curtains. Instead of rushing to get up or immediately reaching for the coffee pot, you reach for a glass of room temperature water. Exactly 16 ounces, set on your nightstand the night before. There's something special about the ritual itself, the intention you set for your body and your day. You take your time, drinking the water gently, not in a rush, allowing yourself 2 or 3 minutes just to focus on this act of kindness for yourself. Maybe you stay lying down or sit quietly on the edge of your bed, letting the water do its work as you slowly come to life. Why does this matter so much? Well, research from the Mayo Clinic and other trusted sources shows that our digestive systems have something called the gastrocolic reflex, a natural signal that tells your colon it's time to move things along. In our younger years, this reflex is strong and reliable. But as we grow older, it can get sluggish, almost as if it's forgotten how to do its job. Overnight, while we sleep, our digestive muscles become less active, our colon slows down, and our body focuses on rest and repair instead of elimination. But here's the beautiful part. Those first few moments after waking up are like an open window of opportunity. Your body is ready for a gentle nudge, and the right kind of water, drunk at just the right time, can be that nudge. Drinking 16 ounces of room temperature water within 5 minutes of waking floods your system with gentle hydration, increases blood flow to your digestive organs, and wakes up the nerves that control elimination. It's as if you're telling your body, it's time to start the day. Let's move forward together. You might wonder why room temperature water is so important. Well, I learned the hard way that cold water can actually shock your system, tightening things up instead of relaxing them, and for some, it can even cause nausea. Hot water, on the other hand, might feel comforting in winter but can upset a sensitive stomach. Room temperature is just right, gentle, easy, and effective for most people. And the amount matters too. 16 ounces is enough to trigger your digestive reflex without overwhelming your bladder or making you feel uncomfortable. At first, I'll admit, it felt a little strange. I wasn't used to thinking of water as my morning medicine, let alone drinking so much of it before I even stood up. But after just a few days, I began to notice subtle changes. My belly felt lighter. The bloating eased. And, most importantly, I started having regular, comfortable bowel movements for the first time in years. It wasn't dramatic or overnight, but it was real, and it was gentle. I'm not alone in this, either. I remember hearing from Beverly, a 71-year-old friend from Arizona. For years, she'd struggled with the same frustrations, the same sense of being let down by products and promises that never lasted. She'd grown tired of planning her day around her digestive system and just wanted to feel normal again. After she discovered the wake-up water activation sequence and gave it an honest try, she called me with a voice full of relief and gratitude. "It sounds so simple," she said, "but it's the only thing that's ever truly worked for me." She's not the only one. Stories like Beverly's, and maybe someday yours, remind me that it's never too late to find new ways to care for ourselves. What makes this ritual even more powerful is the sense of calm and purpose it brings to your mornings. Instead of starting the day with a sense of dread or worry, you begin with a small, gentle act of self-care. It's a moment just for you before the rest of the world makes its demands. Sometimes, I use those few minutes to breathe deeply, to think of things I'm grateful for, or to listen to the birds outside. It turns a chore into a comfort. If you want to try this for yourself, here's how I'd suggest you start. Each evening before you go to bed, set a glass or bottle of room temperature water on your nightstand. In the morning, when you first wake up, before you brush your teeth, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, pick up the water and begin to sip. Drink slowly, savoring the coolness, allowing your mind and body to wake together. Aim to finish the whole 16 ounces within 5 minutes. You can stay lying down or sit up gently, whatever feels most restful and easy on your joints. Give yourself a few days to get used to it. The first day or two, you might find yourself needing to use the bathroom sooner than usual, or you might simply notice that your belly feels less tense. Over time, as you keep at it, the benefits become clearer. It's the kind of change that builds quietly, making you wonder why you didn't try it sooner. What's even more encouraging is that this routine is completely safe for most people. There are no side effects, no complicated instructions, no expensive supplements or special gadgets to buy. Just water and a little bit of intention. Of course, if you have kidney problems or have been told to restrict your fluid intake for any medical reason, check with your doctor first. But for the vast majority, this is as natural as it gets. For me, the wake-up water activation sequence became more than a habit. It became a small ritual of hope. Each morning, it's a reminder that my comfort and health are in my hands. I can give myself the gift of regularity, energy, and confidence, simply by honoring my body's needs. Maybe you're skeptical, or maybe you're hopeful but unsure. That's okay. I was both, once. But I want you to know that you are not alone in your search for relief. and you're not asking too much by wanting to feel better. If you give this method a chance, you might find yourself amazed, just as I was, at how a gentle change can bring such powerful results. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, give yourself the kindness of water. Let it wake up not just your digestive system, but your whole sense of well-being. You deserve a day and a life that starts with comfort, not discomfort. And sometimes, the first step is just a glass of water. 2. 2-minute digestive massage technique. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you've ever placed your hands on your belly and wished, just for a moment, that you could coax things to move along, you're not alone. For many older women, constipation isn't just a physical discomfort. It's a daily emotional burden, a quiet frustration we rarely talk about but often feel deeply. It's that heaviness in your gut, the uneasy awareness that things are not working the way they once did. Sometimes, it can feel as if your own body is betraying you, refusing to cooperate no matter how carefully you eat or how many remedies you try. But what if, instead of feeling helpless, you could use the gentle power of your own hands to give your digestive system the nudge it needs? That's exactly the promise, and the magic, of the 2-minute digestive massage technique. I first learned about this simple technique from a dear friend, Evelyn, who was never one for fads or miracle cures. She was the sort who read the fine print, checked the science, and trusted her instincts. Evelyn, at 75, had lived with constipation for over 15 years. It was never so severe that she needed to see a doctor, but it was always there, quietly making her days harder, robbing her of the comfort and confidence she once took for granted. One afternoon, over tea, she told me about something she'd read in a newsletter from Harvard Medical School. Researchers studied a group of seniors who tried a daily abdominal massage, just 2 minutes each day, following a specific pattern that traces the large intestine. The results, she said, were almost unbelievable. People reported not just more regularity, but also less straining, less bloating, and a sense of relief that went far beyond physical comfort. Evelyn was skeptical but curious. "It can't hurt to try," she told me with a gentle shrug. "And at this point, I'm willing to try anything that doesn't come in a bottle." I watched her over the next few weeks, and I could see a change, a lightness in her step, a new ease in her smile. She was eager to share the details, to show me how something so small could make such a big difference. "You wouldn't believe it," she confided, "but my mornings are different now. It's like I've remembered how to feel good in my skin." So what is this message, and why does it work? The answer lies in the gentle wisdom of the body. And a bit of science, too. As we age, the muscles and nerves in our digestive tract naturally slow down. Our colon becomes less sensitive, the contractions that move waste along grow weaker, and things tend to stagnate, especially if we're not as active as we once were. For many of us, medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or pain can further dull the nerves that signal our bowels to move. But the digestive system isn't just a set of pipes and muscles. It's alive, responsive, and deeply connected to touch. Abdominal massage, when done correctly, doesn't just move the surface. It reaches deep inside, mechanically encouraging the colon to contract, wake up, and do its job. It also stimulates nerve pathways that might have gone a little quiet with age or disuse. The technique itself is surprisingly simple and easy to remember. It starts with you lying comfortably on your back, either in bed before you get up or on a mat on the living room floor, knees bent, feet flat. Take a moment to let your body settle, letting go of any tension in your shoulders, and relaxing your face. Place your right hand on the lower right side of your abdomen, just above your hip bone. That's the starting point of your colon. With gentle but steady pressure, think of it as firm but never painful. Make small, slow, circular motions. Move your hand up the right side of your abdomen, tracing the path just below your ribs, then across the top of your belly, and down the left side, ending just above your left hip bone. You're following the shape of your large intestine, which starts low on the right, rises, crosses over, and then descends to the left. Go slowly, making 10 full circles in a clockwise direction. If you feel any areas of tightness, bloating, or discomfort, linger there for an extra few seconds, breathing slowly and gently. Sometimes, you'll feel a little gurgle or hear your belly make soft noises. That's a sign that things are waking up. When I first tried this, I'll admit, I felt a little silly, lying on my bed, massaging my belly as if it were some ancient ritual. But soon, I noticed a gentle warmth, a comforting connection to my own body, and most of all, a gradual easing of that old, familiar tension. It was as if my belly was grateful to be noticed, grateful for the extra bit of care. After a week, the difference was unmistakable. My mornings began to shift. I was more regular, yes, but I also felt more peaceful, and less worried about whether things would happen or not. That quiet dread, so familiar to anyone who has struggled with constipation, started to fade. I looked forward to those 2 minutes, just as much for the calm as for the effect. The beauty of the 2-minute digestive massage technique is that it doesn't require any special skills or expensive equipment. Your hands, your breath, and a few quiet moments are all you need. The massage works best when paired with the wake-up water activation sequence, which means you can make it part of your morning routine right after you finish your water. It's a gentle follow-up, giving your digestive tract both internal and external encouragement to move. And the science backs this up. Harvard studies show that seniors who practice targeted abdominal massage experience a 73% improvement in the frequency and comfort of bowel movements. That's not just a statistic. It's a real shift in daily quality of life, the kind that makes outings, travel, and even ordinary mornings feel lighter and more manageable. Sometimes, friends ask me, does it work, or is it just in your head? I always smile and say that maybe it's a bit of both. There's something powerful about taking an active role in your well-being, especially in a world that so often wants to prescribe, fix, or rush us. This massage is gentle, patient, and yours to control. It's a way of telling your body, I am here, I am listening, and I want to help. If you've ever felt shy about your struggles, know this, there's no shame in caring for yourself. Your body has carried you through decades of living, loving, and learning. A little kindness, a soft, circular touch, might be just what it needs to keep carrying you, comfortably and with pride. Evelyn now swears by her daily massage, and so do I. She says it's as much for her mind as for her body, a way to start the day with intention, to reconnect with the woman she's always been. I've heard similar stories from other women, too. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers who have reached out after learning about the technique. Some have struggled for years, others for decades. But the common thread is hope. Hope that even the simplest routines can bring relief, restore confidence, and make life just a little bit easier. So, tomorrow morning, after you finish your wake-up water, take a moment for yourself. Lie back, breathe deeply, and let your hands do their quiet work. Think of it as a secret handshake between you and your body, a gentle promise that you're not giving up, that comfort is possible, and that you deserve to feel good. Let each circle remind you, this is your time, your body, your health. With a little patience and a lot of care, relief can be just 2 minutes away. And if you ever doubt it, just remember Evelyn's smile, the lightness in her step, and the quiet pride of a woman who took back her mornings, one gentle touch at a time. 3. Posture position that triggers natural release. Have you ever noticed how the simplest things can make the biggest difference? Sometimes, it's not about buying new medicine or chasing the latest health fad. Sometimes, the answer is right under our noses, or in this case, right beneath our feet. For years, I thought using the bathroom was just that, something routine, unchanging, automatic. You sit, you wait, you hope for relief. If you're lucky, it happens without fuss. If you're not, it's a struggle that can leave you feeling frustrated, sore, and even a little defeated. I'll admit, I never really questioned the way I'd been doing things. After all, I'd been using a regular Western toilet for decades, just like everyone else around me. How could there possibly be a better way? But one conversation changed everything for me. It was with Chester, an old friend from my church group. Chester is 78, tall and good-natured, a man who's lived through a lot and isn't afraid to talk about what matters, especially when it comes to health and dignity. One Sunday afternoon, over coffee, he confessed that for years he had quietly suffered with incomplete elimination and constant discomfort. It was as if my body wanted to let go, he said, but just couldn't quite finish the job. No one ever tells you how demoralizing that feeling can be until you've lived it yourself. But then Chester did something brave. He asked his doctor for advice. That's when he first heard about the importance of posture. Yes, posture. When using the toilet. At first, he was skeptical, just like I was when he told me the story. But his doctor, who trained at Johns Hopkins, explained how the standard toilet position isn't natural at all. It creates a kink in the lower part of our intestines. A little muscle called the puborectalis, which acts like a sling, stays contracted when our knees are at a right angle to our hips, making it much harder for our bodies to release waste naturally. It was a quiet revelation. Think about it. For thousands of years, before modern toilets, humans squatted to go. This position naturally relaxes the muscles, straightens out that kink, and lets gravity help instead of hinder. Our bodies were made for it. But now, with our modern conveniences, we've unintentionally made things harder for ourselves, especially as we get older, and our muscles just aren't as strong as they used to be. When Chester first tried this new approach, he didn't buy anything fancy. He just found a sturdy wooden stool, a leftover from his grandkids' visits, and slid it under his feet while he sat on the toilet. He made sure his knees were a few inches higher than his hips, about the height of a small step stool or a thick phone book. Then he leaned forward just slightly, keeping his back straight, and let his arms rest on his thighs. That was it. It felt a bit odd the first time, almost too simple. But that very first day, he noticed a difference. It was easier. There was less straining, less sitting and waiting, less frustration. He walked out of the bathroom with a kind of relief he hadn't felt in years. Chester's experience gave me the nudge I needed to try it myself. The next morning, I grabbed a box from the closet and set it in front of the toilet. With my knees comfortably raised and my feet planted, I took a deep breath and leaned forward just a little, relaxing my shoulders. To my surprise, it was as if a weight had been lifted. I didn't have to push so hard. Everything just worked. It was such a gentle change, but it felt almost miraculous. For the first time in a long while, I didn't leave the bathroom feeling defeated. Since then, I've learned that medical research fully supports this simple shift. The experts at Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, and elsewhere all say the same thing. Elevating your knees by 6 to 9 inches above your hips changes the angle of your rectum, making elimination much more natural. Studies show that this position reduces straining by up to 60% and helps empty the bowels more completely. For seniors, especially those with weaker pelvic muscles or a history of heart conditions, hemorrhoids, or hernias, this can make all the difference. Why is straining so risky as we age? Because our bodies just aren't as forgiving as they once were. Too much pressure in the abdomen can make heart problems or hernias worse, and nobody wants to deal with hemorrhoids on top of everything else. But most importantly, straining over and over can leave us feeling tired and hopeless, like our bodies are working against us when really, all we needed was a little help from gravity. I know it can feel a little silly, maybe even a bit undignified, to change a habit as old as going to the bathroom. But let me reassure you, this isn't about doing something strange or uncomfortable. It's about honoring the way your body naturally works and making things a little easier for yourself. You don't need to remodel your bathroom or buy expensive gadgets. Even a sturdy box, a thick book, or a simple plastic stool will do the trick. The important thing is to elevate your feet and create that natural squat angle, about 35 degrees, instead of the standard 90-degree L shape. Now, when I talk with other women my age, I share this story with a smile. Some laugh and shake their heads, but a few quietly ask for more details, eager for any tip that could bring them a little more comfort. And time and again, the feedback is the same: I can't believe I waited this long to try it. I wish someone had told me years ago. Something is empowering about making even small changes for your well-being. For so many years, I believed that discomfort was just part of getting older, that it was something I had to accept. But this simple shift in posture has shown me that life doesn't have to be that way. We can reclaim small pleasures, rediscover ease, and give ourselves the chance to feel good again. If you want to try it yourself, here's what I suggest. Next time you use the bathroom, take a sturdy object, whether it's a little step stool, a phone book, or even a shoebox, and place it under your feet. Make sure your knees are higher than your hips, then lean forward just a bit and relax. Let gravity and anatomy do their work. Give yourself a few days to adjust. It may feel new at first, but soon it becomes second nature. And if you find relief, pass the tip along. You'd be amazed at how many older friends, neighbors, or family members are quietly battling the same frustrations, just waiting for someone to share a better way. Chester, bless his heart, likes to say that he feels 10 years younger now that he's got his stool in the bathroom. He even bought an extra one for his wife and tells everyone who'll listen about the power of posture. It's not magic, he laughs. It's just common sense and a little humility. I couldn't agree more. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So often, we overlook the little things, convinced that only big changes can bring big results. But as I've learned, and as so many seniors have discovered, sometimes it's the smallest adjustment, a change in the angle of your legs, a few inches in height, that makes all the difference in the world. It's a gentle reminder that our bodies, even as they age, are wise and adaptable if we give them the right tools. There's dignity in taking care of ourselves, in seeking comfort, and in sharing what we've learned with others. We all deserve a bit more ease, a bit more lightness, and a bit more freedom from the struggles that no one likes to talk about. And sometimes, all it takes is a new perspective, and a little elevation. As you go through your day, remember this: you are not stuck. You are not broken. You are simply learning how to support your body in the way it was always meant to be supported. With a small shift in posture, you can give yourself the gift of natural release, comfort, and confidence. Try it for yourself, and let that gentle relief remind you that, at any age, the simplest solutions are sometimes the most profound. 4. Breathing pattern that activates your system. When was the last time you truly paid attention to your breath? Not just the automatic in and out, but a slow, gentle inhale that fills your belly and a soothing exhale that lets your whole body relax. For most of my life, I hardly noticed my breathing at all. It was background music, a steady rhythm I took for granted, like the ticking of a clock or the quiet hum of the refrigerator. Yet as I've grown older, and as my body has changed, I've come to understand what a powerful, healing tool my breath can be, especially when it comes to digestion. If you're like most women our age, you might think that breathing is just for yoga classes or something doctors talk about when they tell us to relax. I used to think the same way. But that was before I met Dolores, a kind-hearted 72-year-old from Florida who completely changed my perspective. Dolores had always struggled with her digestive system. For years, she'd start each morning with a cup of water and a hopeful heart, but often ended up feeling bloated, tense, and frustrated. She tried everything: different foods, medicines, even herbal teas her mother used to swear by, but nothing brought true, lasting relief. Then, after a particularly difficult week, Dolores visited a new doctor, a gentle woman with silver hair and an easy laugh. The doctor asked Dolores about her daily routine, her habits, her diet, and then, out of the blue, asked her to describe her breathing. "My breathing?" Dolores asked, puzzled. "Yes," the doctor replied. "Do you ever notice if it's shallow, quick, or if your chest rises more than your belly. Dolores realized she almost always breathed in short, hurried bursts. When she was anxious, her breath was even faster. When she tried to breathe deeply, she'd puff out her chest, barely moving her stomach at all. The doctor explained that this shallow breathing was keeping her nervous system in a mild state of stress, which in turn was slowing down her digestion and making elimination harder. She suggested a simple routine: practice a specific breathing pattern every morning and evening, right after her water and gentle belly massage. At first, Dolores was doubtful. She couldn't believe that something as basic as breathing could have any impact on her body's stubborn routine. But she promised to try, and for a week she practiced faithfully. She'd sit on the edge of her bed, one hand on her chest and the other on her belly, and breathe in through her nose for a count of 4, focusing on letting her stomach rise. She'd hold her breath for 2 slow counts, then exhale through her mouth for 6, letting her belly soften and sink toward her spine. 5 cycles, twice a day. That was it. The first thing she noticed was a sense of calm, a gentle, warming relaxation that washed through her as if her body was sighing in relief. After a few days, Dolores found her mornings became easier. Her stomach felt less tight. The bloating eased. She had more regular and comfortable elimination, almost as if her digestive system had gotten the message that it was safe to let go. How could this be? Well, the answer lies in our body's remarkable nervous system. When we breathe in a shallow, rapid pattern, especially during times of stress or worry, we trigger our body's fight or flight mode. Blood is diverted away from our digestive organs toward our muscles. The gut slows down. Everything feels a little tighter, a little more sluggish. But when we practice slow, mindful belly breathing, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, our body's rest and digest mode. Blood returns to the gut, the intestinal muscles begin their natural rhythmic contractions, and digestion becomes easier, gentler, and more regular. The American Gastroenterological Association has found that controlled breathing exercises not only improve digestive function, but also reduce feelings of stress and anxiety that can make constipation worse. It's a gentle, self-directed way of telling your body, you are safe now. It's time to focus on healing and renewal. This isn't just about science, though. It's about the comfort and confidence that come with taking charge of your well-being. I remember the first time I tried Dolores' breathing routine. At first, I felt awkward and unsure, as if I were pretending to meditate. But I kept at it. I sat in my favorite armchair, closed my eyes, placed one hand on my belly, and breathed in for 4. Held for 2, breathed out for 6. I focused on feeling my belly move more than my chest, letting each exhale carry away tension, worry, and the day's burdens. With every cycle, I felt myself relaxing, softening, and feeling more grounded in my skin. After a week, the results were gentle but real. I found that when I paired the breathing exercise with my morning water and massage, my digestion felt smoother and more natural. I was less anxious about going to the bathroom. The dread that used to greet me each morning started to fade, replaced by a quiet sense of trust in my own body. I shared this routine with friends at our local senior center. Some giggled at first. Now we're getting breathing lessons? But more than one came back the next week to say they'd felt a difference. For some, it was a calmer stomach. For others, it was better to sleep at night, or just a few moments each day that felt like a gift to themselves. Our group even turned it into a little ritual before meetings. 5 cycles of the breath together, in and out, a room full of women quietly reclaiming their bodies, one breath at a time. If you want to try this for yourself, here's a gentle guide. Find a comfortable place to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your back supported, or lie down with your knees bent and feet flat. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, letting your belly rise while your chest stays still. Hold your breath for 2 counts. Don't force it, just pause. Then exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 6, feeling your belly fall as you draw your navel toward your spine. Repeat this for 5 cycles, paying attention to the way your body softens and your mind calms with each breath. It may feel strange at first, but with practice, you'll find your rhythm. If you struggle with the counts, you can go a little faster or slower. Just keep the exhale longer than the inhale. This little trick helps deepen the relaxation response and signals your gut to move more naturally. Some days, you might notice a gentle rumble in your belly or a feeling of release. Other days, you may just feel a bit lighter and more at ease. Over time, these small shifts add up, making your mornings and your whole day a little bit brighter. This breathing pattern is for everyone, but it's especially powerful for us as we grow older and want to stay in tune with our bodies. It's free, safe, and requires nothing but your attention and a few quiet minutes. Best of all, it's something you can turn to anytime, before bed, after a stressful phone call, or during a difficult day. Dolores still practices her breathing twice a day. She says it's as much for her spirit as her stomach, a moment of peace and hope in a busy world. "My body listens now," she told me with a gentle smile. "I never thought breathing could make such a difference, but it has. I feel younger, lighter, and so much more in control." So, as you move through your day, remember that the power to support your health is already within you. With each mindful breath, you're nourishing your body, calming your mind, and gently reminding your digestive system how to thrive. Let yourself breathe deeply, with kindness and trust. You deserve comfort, ease, and the simple joy of feeling well from the inside out. Sometimes, the greatest healing begins with a single breath, slow, steady, and full of hope. 5. Movement sequence that completes the process. Have you ever noticed how much the simple act of moving can change how you feel? For many of us, as the years go by, it becomes easier to settle into stillness. Whether it's sitting a bit longer in our favorite chair, spending more time resting, or avoiding movement that feels uncomfortable. But one of the quiet secrets to better digestion and relief from constipation is just that, gentle, purposeful movement. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I remember talking with Raymond, a 76-year-old gentleman from Ohio, who had struggled with irregular bowel movements for over 2 decades. He told me that despite eating well and trying every remedy he could find, he still faced days of discomfort and uncertainty. "I thought I was stuck," Raymond said, "like my body had forgotten how to work properly." That all changed when Raymond learned about a special movement sequence designed just for seniors. Safe, gentle, and tailored to activate exactly the muscles and nerves that help with elimination. This sequence, only a few minutes long, was the missing piece of the puzzle for him. It begins with a simple knee-to-chest stretch, done while lying on your back. You bring one knee slowly toward your chest and hold it there for about 10 seconds before switching legs. It's a movement that gently compresses and releases your abdominal organs, encouraging circulation and helping to move things through your colon. This stretch may seem small, but it awakens your digestive system and stimulates the muscles that often weaken with age or inactivity. Next comes a seated spinal twist. Sitting comfortably in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, you place your right hand on your left knee and slowly rotate your torso to the left, holding the position for about 15 seconds. Then you switch sides and repeat. This gentle twist massages your internal organs and helps release trapped gas or tension, easing the path for digestion and elimination. Finally, you finish with a standing march. Holding onto a wall or sturdy piece of furniture for support if needed, you lift each knee toward your chest in a slow, controlled marching motion for 30 seconds. This activates the core and pelvic muscles essential for natural bowel movements. Raymond told me that when he started this sequence each morning, right after his water activation, abdominal massage, and breathing exercises, he felt a new rhythm in his body. The movements felt like a gentle wake-up call, a reminder to muscles and nerves alike to do their jobs. Over the weeks, his bowel movements became more comfortable, predictable, and complete. He described it as getting my body back. Why does this work so well? Medical research from the Cleveland Clinic confirms that targeted, gentle movements like these stimulate the natural peristaltic waves, those rhythmic contractions that push waste through the digestive tract. As we age, reduced mobility and muscle tone can dull this reflex, making constipation more likely. But by practicing these movements daily, we essentially teach our bodies to remember and reactivate these natural rhythms. It's important to understand that this sequence isn't about vigorous exercise or strenuous workouts. It's designed specifically for seniors who may have balance concerns, joint issues, or limited mobility. The focus is on safe, deliberate motions that encourage circulation and muscle engagement without strain or discomfort. For many, the sedentary lifestyle that comes with aging contributes heavily to constipation. Sitting for hours, limited physical activity, and medication side effects all slow digestion and waste elimination. But even the modest, focused movement can make a significant difference. And the best part? This routine takes less than 5 minutes. Something that's easy to fit into your morning without stress. I've heard from women and men who started this routine hesitant but willing to try anything for relief. Some say it surprised them how quickly their bodies responded. Others mention feeling more energized and lighter throughout the day. And many share the joy of rediscovering comfort and confidence in their bodies. Starting the sequence is simple. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the bed or floor. Gently pull one knee toward your chest, holding for 10 seconds before lowering it and repeating with the other leg. Alternate for 10 repetitions. Then sit in a sturdy chair with feet flat. Place your right hand on your left knee and slowly twist your torso to the left, holding for 15 seconds. Repeat on the other side, performing 5 twists per side. Finally, stand next to a wall or piece of sturdy furniture for balance. Lift each knee toward your chest slowly and deliberately in a marching motion for 30 seconds. Remember to breathe deeply and move at your own pace. If you experience discomfort, adjust your range of motion or take a brief rest. What I love about this sequence is how it reconnects us with our bodies. It's a mindful practice, inviting attention, care, and respect. It reminds us that no matter our age, we can nurture ourselves and encourage our bodies to function with ease. Raymond often tells me, it's like waking up a sleeping giant inside me. These simple moves make all the difference. And that's exactly what this is, a gentle awakening. If you're struggling with constipation or irregularity, I encourage you to try this movement sequence as part of your morning routine. Paired with the water activation, massage, and breathing techniques we've discussed, it creates a comprehensive, natural approach to digestive health that respects your body's unique needs. You deserve to feel comfortable, confident, and free from discomfort. Sometimes, the path to relief isn't in complicated treatments or medications, but in the simple, intentional movement of your own body. Take these few minutes each day to honor yourself. Move gently, breathe deeply, and let your body remember its natural rhythm. With patience and consistency, you can reclaim the comfort that may have seemed out of reach. Remember, it's never too late to start caring for yourself in new ways. Every step, every stretch, every breath is a step toward better health and peace of mind. So tomorrow morning, when you rise, give yourself this gift. Let your body awaken fully, with kindness and grace, through movement that completes the process, helping you feel light, whole, and truly well. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and truly reflect on what you've learned. It's easy to forget how powerful these small, simple steps can be. The way a glass of water, a gentle touch, a mindful breath, a slight change in posture, and a few moments of movement can come together to transform your daily life. You've been given tools that aren't just quick fixes, but lasting solutions backed by real science and real stories from people just like you. Imagine waking up each morning feeling lighter, freer, and more confident that your body is working with you, not against you. Imagine the relief of knowing you don't have to struggle or worry about constipation anymore. That's not just a dream. It's a possibility within your reach. You deserve this comfort, this peace, and this renewed energy. I encourage you to start with whichever step feels easiest. Maybe the water activation, the breathing, or the gentle massage. Give yourself time and grace, and notice how your body responds. And please, don't keep this to yourself. Share your experiences, your questions, or even your challenges in the comments below. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their path to relief. Remember, you are not alone, and you deserve to live every day with ease and dignity. If this video has helped you, please like it, share it with other seniors who might benefit, and subscribe for more gentle, natural ways to support your health. Here's to your comfort, your strength, and your beautiful journey ahead.